Hello again! Welcome to part 3. You may notice things are a little different here. I didn't do too much. I took, from a reference, I took some colors and put them in. What did you not see me do at all last time that I should have done? Save. Always, always, always save. Photoshop crashes on me all the time. And it's really frustrating when you don't save. I'm like, but save. I just saved. There, saved again. Always. Okay, so I have two new layers, non-metal and metal. As you can see, I've kind of already started to designate which areas those will be. And I have some different shades. For the metal, of the arms, I think I'm going to change the shade of gray a little bit, where it shifts from part to part. I'm not good at drawing mechanical things, so this will help, make it seem like I can figure out what I'm doing here. But for now, when I'm just filling everything in, I'm going to keep it all one gray color for the arms and stuff like that. And once you have everything filled in where it needs to be, you can lock transparency again and then do further work on it. So it's really good. It's like creating mini solids within a solid. Solidception, if you will. If you won't, that's fine. Okay, so I have these two. I'm going to put them in a group. It doesn't really matter. It just helps when you don't have a ton of stuff over here. Right now, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to do it because I told you I would. So now they're both in a group, and I'm going to call it flats. Voila. As opposed to shading and stuff, which would go above it or below it. So, probably above it, yeah. So I'm going to continue. Which one should I do first? It all depends on which one is above the other. And I might put metal above non-metal, because like the belt and the feet are underneath the pants. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Sorry about that. I'm getting you seasick. But I'm just going to focus on the metal parts right now. So in order to stay within the lines, because we're not on the solid layer anymore, see, when we're on the solid layer, we're just filling in stuff there, but we want to be on our separate. Make sure you're on the right layer. So here we don't have that kind of solid to stay within, so I have to select. This is why we created the first fill. I select it by control clicking the solid, and then voila, I can now stay within that selection line. So I may time-lapse this because it's kind of boring. But if I have anything to say, I'll let you know. But probably not. And now I made that a different color just because it's not part of the arm. Well, I'm sure it is. The crowbar is an extension of the arm. Sorry. I'm sure that's what her crowbar jitsu teacher told her. Okay, cool. So we have one arm. Let us do the other arm. Oops, I deselected, which means, ooh, outside. Reselect it and continue. And because this layer is going to be above the non-metal layer, I have to go right up to the edges of where it's going to be and then stop. So I have to be conscious of where the other layer begins, or else I'm going to cut into it, and you'll probably see what I mean. But you have to keep them separate. And you can trim them down later if you want. But see here, I'm going to, if I cut into that, and then as I'm filling this in, see here I can just go willy-nilly because it's underneath this stuff. This is above it, see? But if I accidentally go outside the lines on the metal, it'll show up. And I have to come back into this layer and erase it. So in order to save yourself from doing that a lot, it helps to be conscious of where you're coloring and stay along the edge. Although when you're working with a lighter color against a darker color, you'll find this when you're coloring your own stuff. But if you work with a lighter color against a darker color, it helps to put the lighter color down first and then kind of use the darker color to keep it inside its lines, because it's really visible and it looks like a mistake if you have light color spilling over into dark color. And I really hope you'll see what I mean, because it probably doesn't make much sense to you as I'm saying it right now without an example, because I am just coloring away. Know any good jokes? So a pirate walks into a bar wearing a paper towel for a hat. The barkeep asks, "Why is that on your head?" And he says, "There's a bounty on me head." Ah, feet. I almost forgot the feet. How could I forget the feet? They're awesome. I think that was the first thing I noticed about this character. Those are awesome feet. Okay. More. There we go. Is there any more metal? Any more metal? Aha! These little pieces that attach to her helmet. And I did not, oops, I deselected it again. My bad. Don't deselect. If you do, just control click it and select it again. It's not hard. Okay. Her helmet is somewhere back there. I probably should have included that here, but I don't think I will. I probably should have. Alright, you know what? I will show you how to edit things on the fly. That looks like she has something right there. Anyway, I need to go. Join me again for part 4 on the other side.